Hey, The Shroud for Waldo is a 1992 comic that was serialized in the LA Weekly between 1989 and 1990. It is kind of notable in that each panel was told one panel at a time. In that case, so you have each panel was a thing, but it makes up one full, fairly thin story about Waldo, maybe the cat. Though one of the things that you find out as this story goes forward is that Waldo isn't a cat. Waldo is is a very minor demon from hell. And even his backstory goes back further than that. Indeed, one of the other characters in the book is Jesus Christ, and through him we learn about Waldo's origins. Kim Deitch, the great kind of alternative underground cartoonist, has used Waldo the cat as this kind of odd kind of trickster, troublemaking figure in his books, and this gives kind of a bit of an origin story, at least for one of his lives, at least. And indeed, many of you have wondered what last story in all Waldo comics had to do with Waldo. Well, the answer is here. So it's like there's a kind of a rich mythology that Kim Deitch is kind of puts out here. Indeed, you find Waldo, as Waldo at least, being given birth to by a witch in the middle of a forest somewhere. This follows him through a story which it intersects with a woman who has this kind of strange pregnancy, tries to commit suicide, ends up in a mental institution, and an orderly who seems to know what to do, and finds this shroud of Waldo there, and is able to kind of bring Waldo to fruition, where we have a very climactic battle of Waldo as uber demon against other creatures. There's also because I'm a dog lover, we get kind of almost like kind of this vaudeville sort of kind of what would you call little kind of characters, vaudeville or old time kind of movies. You have Little Pal, the little faithful companion dog there, who completely takes you in, and there's the young girl with her doll, which she falls into a coma, and her father gives her this doll which brings her back out, and the thing that she can never do, as told to her father in a dream by Jesus, is that she can never let this doll out of her sight. You always have to keeps it with her. Now, this comes to a really horrific kind of conclusion. The revelations in here are really shocking and really disturbing, and you might think, oh, a little pal and a little girl. It's like, no, this is kind of adult, really screwed up stuff, where we have demon possession, we have demons having sex with creatures, impregnating people who they really should not be impregnating, in this book. And Waldo at the end, continues on. His story will continue on. He's an alcoholic. He is a anatomically correct cat, by the way. If you see pictures of, here's Waldo in the introduction. There he is, seeing Christ, and then, hey, Christ has got all these nails in him, so he's trying to yank the nails off. Very sacrilegious book, prying Christ off the cross there. But he is a extremely, as you might see, an anatomically correct cat. Kim Deitch is like, all these anthropomorphic characters running around in cartoons, which, Donald Duck not having any pants, which I guess maybe works for ducks, but like, when you have male animals, they should have their anatomical bits, which maybe gives you a hint of the both the scabrous, scatological, and sacrilegious things in Deitch. But Deitch also just gives you just his amazing panel work in these books of just like just how they kind of stretch out and through one panel a day would tell you a good hunk of the story, and also just kind of give you these kind of beautifully composed works in a very much cartoon style. Here is some there's the anatomically correct things of a very little kind of gross looking Waldo there, looking far more gross than he actually does in the comics. But just beautiful work, just beautiful kind of if you're into that kind of a cartoony style, and like bizarre, odd stories, kind of sorted and kind of almost kind of conspiratorial intrigue. You might enjoy a Kim Deitch comic. I figured I'd at least kind of zero in on one. I've been doing all these kind of looking at all my comics lately and kind of my own private tour, and yeah. So there's a Shroud for Waldo. Interesting stuff. All right, more videos later.